A kind day to you all. I'm Kinsmark.
And I'm Violeta.
And I currently have a headache again because it is allergy season here in Texas. So I am chilling in some Escape from Tarkov again because I can finally sit down for at least an hour or so at a time. Like, I can sometimes handle a few at a time if I have to for editing. I already did some editing earlier today, so I am, like, midway through my max amount of sitting time for the day, so
unfortunately,
yeah, a fair heads up ahead of time. I am probably going to have to cut this stream semi-short compared to our usual, because thankfully I can't feel all that much tension setting in at the moment.
But it
that
will.
may change, so
I'm just going to go ahead and tell you it will probably change.
Yeah.
He is being very hopeful because I know he really, really, really wants to be able to sit at this computer.
Oh, yeah.
For longer periods of time. But I'm going to tell you, it's probably going to be...
I've enjoyed the ability to just sit down and edit the last few days.
I have a quick question for you.
Yeah.
Do I need to be talking really loud or no?
Oh, no, I just habitually mic'd up with... Actually, wait, hold up. Maybe because I changed the mic settings for one of the videos I recorded. I can't remember if I changed it to the desk mic afterward, though.
Because if it's not the desk mic, I'm gonna have to yell.
Yeah, hang on, let me check that real quick.
Sorry,
apologies.
It's been a while.
Yeah, we're a little rusty at this whole
rusty.
computer streaming thing. Let's see here. Audio.
Scarlett says...
Alright. Audio is coming.
Desk mic.
Yeah, audio is coming from the desk
Scarlett
mic. Cool.
says mic is good from desk mic.
Cool.
Awesome.
Alright.
Scarlett says, hey, how's it going, King Booty?
Saw that episode, did you?
And Sock Sandwich says, ooh, Tarkov.
Indeed, Adventures in Tarkovia. So, yeah, I am just excited to actually have the ability to sit here for any appreciable length of time, because there are so many games that, one, I want to play, and two, I want to create episodes for, and three, I want to edit those episodes for and get them up, because I feel like I've slacked for a month, and I hate that feeling so.
It's not. It's not. I'm sorry, my love, but you have to heal.
I
okay?
know.
It's because it's just finished watching that episode.
I hope you enjoyed. I had a thought. How'd it go? It evaporated. Because of that damn radiation, man. I just can't hold a thought. Anyway, yeah. I apologize for the intermittent nature of episodes this last week. Because I've had the ability to put out about one every other day. Because I overestimated my ability to sit long enough to get enough episodes out to cover one a day like I'd have liked. And so I had to stagger them. And I felt like that was the most acceptable means of doing that for myself and for you guys, because then at least there's some amount of consistency, as in the every other day schedule sort of thing, and I can start getting more out as I am able to sit for longer. I have had to set some of the recording sessions aside that I had planned on doing, because editing took up all of my sit-down time for a day, because I have like a quota I can stand to do, and then I have to return to couch-ridden status. And so, yeah, some of those sessions ate up more of that time than would allow me to continue working that day and recording. So certain series I've had to postpone that I knew. I told you guys once I announced that I was alive and all that I was going to start some series, and again, apologies for having had to stall those starts. They are coming though. So anyway, I'm going to
jump in.
Look into my character real quick, because
Scarlett says, I'm jumping into DCS, so I likely won't be chatting.
Alright, cool. No problem, man.
And
cheers to whomever that was.
It has not popped up yet for me.
The drums of victory! I really appreciate it, whoever that was. Very much appreciated.
It has not yet popped up for me, so I don't know.
Yeah. At least now, since we are at the computer, we can see it once Twitch eventually catches up.
If.
Yeah. I've accrued a fair amount more in my arsenal since the last time I streamed.
Pyro says, sorry, it's a bit late. Keep forgetting I have to redo it every month. So I'm going to guess that means it was Pyro.
No worries, man. Very much appreciated for doing it at all. So, cheers to you, man. Alright, anyway. So, I've almost completely made up for my losses since the server wipe, because clearly I have a tri-zip now, I have a gas analyzer because I know I'm going to need that for a mission later on. I have a couple of nice AKs because I dropped some high-tier players a few times, and I came across an MPX just yesterday in one of my few downtime sessions I could afford to spare some time for playing in this game. So, for now, I'm just going to roll fairly light. I'm carrying an AKS-74U and some P.A.K.A. because AKS-74Us are easy to come across in this game. One can even spawn with one somewhat reliably as a scav and come across them on scavs fairly regularly. And so the 5.45 rounds, it's a reliable round. I can actually put people down with it even if they're in at least light armor fairly reliably with it. So I'm starting to main the Krinkov. And I ain't complaining about that, because it's a fun little thing to use, and the fact that it's available and reliable is handy. The other platform that I'm finding I'm getting the most success with is the SKS, because that 7.62 round punches hard, even through armor, and that's what I've dropped the people that I pulled these nice guns, well, not that one, because I found that one in a crate, that one, though, off of, because 7.62 just hits like a friggin' freight train, and I'm a decent shot with the SKS, so...
Pyrus is conveniently the cross-section of mums who have Amazon Prime and use Twitch is quite small, so I get to use the sub.
Ah, well, I appreciate it.
Well, we appreciate it. Marcus is here and says howdy.
Hey,
hello,
cheers,
hello.
matey.
Potentially short stream, but...
Yeah.
We are finally...
Yeah, I can finally sit for long enough at the chair here at the desk to stream from the computer.
At least for a little bit.
Yeah, so short stream incoming, although a computer stream all the same. Anyway, I am aware that interchange is available now. I haven't checked it out. I'm actually saving that for an episode proper, so apologies to anyone that wants to see me check that
I'm excited
out.
for Streets of Tarkov.
Yeah, I know. Well, interchange is starting that, because it's in, I think, like a shopping mall sort of thing. And so that'll make for an interesting close combat sort of thing, because I think it's going to end up sort of like Health Resort on Shoreline, except that's the whole map.
Yeah, that could be cool.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that.
Marcus wanted to know, are those Ozzy Osbourne glasses in your inventory?
They are, because they added some new apparel, and those are one of them, and I love them. Because the circular shades, I don't know, something about them, I've adored those for a long time, so...
Unfortunately, I don't really like them on you, so you're just not going to ever have to wear them.
Yeah, I know. Like, that's the thing, is I like them. I am aware of the fact that I don't look great in them.
No.
Sad times.
So that one's easy. Shoreline was...
Yeah, Shoreline's easy, Woods are easy.
Customs was
Customs is insane. And Factory is always freaking insane. I think
Paris
I'll
says,
start
all I
out
heard there was
Shoreline.
something about butts and shorts.
Did you watch my latest episode where apparently I earned a new nickname? I'm gonna ensure my AK and my P.A.K.A. and my mag, because I like those mags. So, alright. Moving right along. Oh, there are so many people. Oh, there are so many. Alright.
Womp womp.
I am ready for anything that comes my way.
Paris says, no? What is this new nickname?
Oh, just watch the latest co-op episode of Escape from Tarkov. You'll see. Because I was confused with another man. I've had fun editing those. That's what I've spent most of my sit-down time the last few days editing. Apologies for anyone that's a little sick of Tarkov. It's just, I enjoy this game. It's a cool chill game for me. And that's all I had footage recorded for, aside from Homefront. And I'm sick of that game. I know y'all are sick of that game. That series is only like a little past halfway through, though. So I figured y'all would like some more episodes of this, and not that. So you're probably not going to get any more of that until I have other things to intersperse that in with, so I can at least complete that series and get it done with. I'm not just going to flood the channel with it, though. This more people seem to like, though, so I don't mind like doubling or even tripling up on the amount of this that I'd ordinarily cover, just because, again, I have to manage my time more than normal because of my inability to sit at my desk for long as I usually would. Anyway.
Marcus says, I take Tarkov over Homefront any day.
Me too.
Marcus says, don't you own a beret in real life, Ken? You should get a pair of Aussie glasses to go with it.
Sort of. It's beret-esque. It's a Greek fisherman's cap.
It's not a beret.
that
It's not quite.
It looks sort of like one. It actually has a bill to it, and most berets don't. It's one that my grandma actually got me when I was a kid, and I have a huge freaking skull! So, unfortunately, though it was cool, it didn't fit me. And my mom knew that I always really loved it. I appreciate that my grandma got it for me, so it was really just more of like a wall ornament for a long time.
And then his mom bought him a custom-made one to fit him.
Yeah, she found... I forget the name. There is a term for hat makers. I don't remember what the actual term for that is. And found the exact same model that my grandma had got me. And so custom ordered a sized one for me. And that was really cool. It's still hanging in our closet.
Not that you're much of a hat guy.
I'm not. It's just like...
It makes you happy to have it.
It does, and I have worn it a few times, and I do mean few. Usually when in winter it's like really cold out and I just want something. That's rare though, because Texas.
Yep. Pyro says, by confused with another man, do you mean someone thought you were someone else, or somehow you were confused in the presence of another person?
All of the above. Yeah,
Talking about the new nickname.
Yeah, I know. Where was I going with one of those? I had a thought that was going to go somewhere.
I don't know.
I'm easily distracted, because again, for anyone just joining, I have a headache. And so that affects my ability to focus on more than 1.5 things at a time.
So is Road to Customs the only for sure?
Yeah, all the others are maybes. Can someone in chat...
I don't like that at all.
Illuminate me? Because I've heard multiple times, and with great conviction from several people, that if green flares are popped, that exit is a go. And yet, I've arrived at exits with green flares ablazing and couldn't exit. So am I just missing something? Am I doing the exfil wrong? Like, I don't get it.
Is there like something special you have to do to exfil from there?
I don't know. I know there's one that I have to have 3,000 rubles in my inventory to essentially like pay off the driver. That one's a specific thing though, and a pop-up shows up about that. These others just nothing popped up. So I was like, this seems like something I'm doing wrong. I just don't know what it is.
Paris says, and I'm pretty sure a person who makes hats is called a hatter, hence Mad Hatter.
Yeah, you're probably right.
Yep.
Alright, so I know one of these houses...
You made so much noise.
I know. This area is always a little dicey, because it's open.
It makes me so nervous that you're making...
There's all these, like, slushy areas where you have to go really slow through. So you're a sitting duck.
I don't like it here.
Wait, is this the house that has this stuff? Yeah. Can I go through this? No? Okay.
I don't like
There's
it here.
Door. Yeah, there's a crate.
Sheil is here and says hiya.
Full auto. Cheers, Miss Sheil. How you doing? Alright. Anything in here? This is usually just parts and stuff. Sometimes you can find decent sellables. Alright. Because my main destination on Shoreline at this point is usually the health resort roof, because several good weapon spawns are up there. However, there are a few along the way that are worth hitting. This is grenades or ammo? Because usually these little wooden things are, ooh, it's ammo. I heard movement, and I don't know if it was me rummaging through that crate or someone moving. I'm just gonna hurry up and get the hell out of here.
Yeah, please.
I could have sworn I just heard heavier movement.
Yeah, and Shield is tired.
Me too.
Yeah. One word answer. She's tired, for sure.
Oh, how you doing? Tired. Yeah, I know that headspace. I have lived that headspace for a long time.
Be careful.
Not to the same degree as I'm sure you're having to deal with right now, because I know you've got a lot on your hands at the moment. And,
be careful, my love. I'm pretty sure I heard movement too. So.
Yeah, that's why I'm just trying to haul ass. I know I heard a shot coming from that away.
Yeah. Paris says also the Mad Hatter is had because glue used to make hats used to contain mercury, and it would often get into their blood through cuts and needle stabs that came from cutting and sewing the fabric for hats.
Yeah, and it caused psychological issues. Because mercury poisoning, doesn't it? Does that even? Man, have I had some mercury today?
Your daily dose of mercury.
Ooh, hello. Ooh.
What's that?
Ooh, those are medkits. That's cool. Alright. I'll take it. I ain't gonna worry about those wooden crates because I want to get the hell out of here. I don't like... Okay, hi there, fence. I forgot you existed. Alright, there we go. I don't like creepy swamp village.
I don't like it here.
Start heading for the health resort. Because I'm going to have to head that way since Road to Customs is my only reliable exit. And at this point, I don't even screw around with the exits that are question marks unless I just happen to come across them.
Because we don't know how they work.
No, I don't. So I'm
Shield
not
says
gonna...
I slept through your last stream.
It's all good.
Don't worry about it.
There are crates up here? Dude.
Oh, be very... Oh, that's a lot of crates.
Yeah,
oh
there's
my
only 2 I can search, though.
Was that movement?
That was empty. That's just me rummaging through the crate.
Okay. And Puppy in real life.
Yeah. Yep, all empty. That makes me wonder if someone didn't just come through here.
I think so.
How's the timer? 54 minutes. So if anyone is around here, they're close, because the matches are, to my knowledge, an hour long max. So that means everyone's only had a few minutes to run around. So if I'm finding empty crates, that means someone is close.
Paris says, I fall asleep a lot in streams, but shut up and take my money.
I appreciate that I am your nap fuel.
Yep. Though we probably won't shut up.
No,
Just,
I won't.
We'll talk, but we will take your money.
Because I'm good at the gabbing.
Oh.
Alright, someone's having a fun
that
day.
That sounded a bit close.
And speaking of the gabbing, I can't give details just yet. However, I am all sorts of pleased to announce that I have sent off the files for my first voice acting gig. I am super excited and nervous about that all at the same time.
I think they sounded good.
Yeah.
So...
I sent the client a couple of different versions of the lines that I was sent so that they may decide for themselves which they prefer.
And Marcus says, I've been playing GTA 4 this past week, and I gotta say, it holds up really well for a 10-year-old game.
I've heard that about it.
Wait, 10 years?
GTA 4 is old now. 5 is the one that just came out semi-recently, like a couple years ago.
My brain does not compute.
They're still adding new stuff to 5.
But then again, my brain didn't compute that Final Fantasy is 30 years old.
Yeah.
The series, so...
The series is ancient in gaming years.
Yeah. There's a lot of this that I'm just like, wait, what?
Yep.
It's like, I see the copyright logo on some of the old games. I'm like, no! I'm so old!
So I assume all that automatic fire I heard came from here.
Probably.
So
Pyro says, the soothing tones of kin, vi, and gunfire make me a sleepy pyro. And GTA 5 came out in 2013.
Yeah.
It's so weird to think that it's already 2018.
It is, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. Well, this winter we'll already have been married for 4 years.
I know! That's so weird. Whoa! Hi, sir! I stopped paying attention for 1 second.
It gave me a hard time.
That's all it takes.
Oh, he was right
I
there.
usually check my corners coming through there, and I just got lazy. I should have checked. I know I put a few rounds in his chest. I just think he emptied first on me.
Okay.
Let's
Excuse
see.
me while I let Puppy out of the room.
Alright.
Did he take it?
I only hit him once. Alright. Fine. At least I hit him.
You
So,
hit him at least once. It's fine.
there's that.
Let's see.
And I made it out with this stuff because, thanks, Alpha container. I actually saw a Gamma container floating around the fence the other day.
Ooh.
Who sells that? I think somebody accidentally clicked it and then was immediately like, no!
Yeah. Shield says, I was supposed to mod someone's stream, and I fell asleep during it. The next thing I know, my sister was packing my brother's lunch at about 4 a.m.
Lol.
You clearly needed sleep then.
Yeah.
Kyra says, it's weird to think it's been almost 2 years since my last year of high school.
That is strange, isn't it?
This year, like now-ish, 10 years.
Yeah, it's so weird
Like,
for me.
like literally, I graduated high school in 2008, in summer 2008, and guess what year it is?
Yeah, it's so weird for me to see high school friends of mine that now have, like, decently grown-up kids that are, like...
They're in elementary.
Yeah, they're, like, late elementary, early middle school. I'm like, I'm old!
Mm-hmm. Jill says, 22 years for me.
That's a while.
Yep. I'm a little bit sad because even if I get invited to a 10-year reunion, which I have no idea if they're even doing a 10-year reunion because I haven't gotten anything about that.
I'm just gonna go into this.
I will never be able to go back to my old high school and see the old halls again and all that because they ripped it down and rebuilt it.
Mm-hmm. They made a new one.
Yep. So it's not the same. Like, there isn't a single building that is the same building except for maybe one of the athletic buildings way in the back.
And for me,
that's very strange to think.
They changed which of the complexes is which, because the complex that I'm used to thinking of as the high school...
out that they did this on yours.
Yeah, it's so strange. Is now, like, the administrative compound. The place that was the middle school is now the high school.
And then they built a new middle school?
I think so.
That's really weird.
Because I know they had an intermediate school that was, like, the middle of elementary and middle school. It's like you go to intermediate in the middle of those.
Weird.
So, yeah, we had a lot of, like, staggered school complexes.
I had intermediate, but that was middle school.
Yeah. For us, they were different things. And I think the intermediate school that I went to was, for most of my time after that, because it changed almost immediately after I graduated from those grades, that was the administration complex. Now that's the high school, so, like, they have shuffled so many freaking cups around in my hometown. Anyway, let's see here. So I've got a P226. Boy, I have a lot of stuff. Old Road Gate, Railroad Deport, RUF Roadblock, Administration Gate. I only know where one of those is. Great.
Yeah. Pyro says, my primary school, which I think is the equivalent of elementary school. I do believe it is. Is it a scab?
Hold still. Act like a scav. I don't know. I can't tell.
Pyro says, my primary school is being made into flats/apartments. That's very strange.
Like, turning classrooms into...
Like,
I guess you could make, like, studio apartments out of them, like the one-room style.
Yeah, but you'd have to redo it and put in, like...
like utilities. Like,
all the utilities. That seems like that would be a lot of extra work to do.
Kind of does. I mean, who knows? Maybe they have a cheap process for it. I hear a lot of fire going on, and I'm a scab, so I have nothing to lose, so I'm attracted to gunfire!
Shield says, same here. They turned the high school lot into the sports complex for the new high school. Yeah, they had to rip down the various buildings of my old high school in stages and built a new high school on the same land in stages because they were still having school while they were doing construction because there just wasn't enough land around to just move everybody. So it was a very strange several year span.
I'm close to the action here. Wait, is that guy dead?
I don't know.
I can't tell if that guy's dead.
Paris says, my high school needs to be torn down, though. It was built in the 60s and now has almost doubled the amount of students it was built for. The primary school was built in the 1800s, so they couldn't tear it down because it was a listed building. I see. So they decided to make something else out of it.
Yeah.
I see. If I remember correctly, it says 1801 or 1807 above one of the doors.
Dang.
Wow. Shield says, but the vocational school I went to is still there, but the only room that's still the same is what we call the IDEA room. The IDEA room.
Gotcha.
Boot.
Just pull around this guy's butt. Can I fit that? Yeah. Alright. Open. Okay. I'm gonna do this kind of convolutedly.
I have a question.
There we go.
Why is equip an option?
Because you can just quick equip that way. Okay.
What's in his pockets?
Whole lot of nothing. Alright. I'm thinking the scavs killed whoever was over here. Ooh, an MR. Okay. I'm just going to discard that. Because I like the MRs.
What's in the tactical rig? And/or pockets, and/or backpack.
Probably shells. Yeah.
Paris says most of the rooms are very large, though with very high ceilings, so you could probably make a lot of the rooms into 2 separate apartments. And if the ceilings were high, they could put an additional subfloor in with all of the plumbing and stuff, instead of having to rip up the foundations.
Yeah. Dang, this guy's got a friggin' treasure trove of shells.
And then there's one that's 23. You can probably put that 4.
Yeah. I'll just keep that there. Cool. What's in your pack? I think the scavs killed whoever's over here shooting.
Hope so.
Because they're all clustered over here and they're not acting aggro anymore, so I expect I'll find a dead player somewhere close. Hello, Saiga.
Just be very, very careful.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. Alright, so that's this guy. Have I searched this dude? Yeah, okay.
That was the dude you just searched.
Alright, all y'all are
Where's the
scavs.
dead player?
I don't know.
I'm very concerned.
The thing is, I've actually found that one can sort of, like, psych out certain players in this game, because scavs have certain movement patterns. They tend to move in straight lines and stand still for long periods of time. And
so even with the AI update?
Yeah. In combat, like, once they're engaged, they tend to act pretty convincingly natural. When they're not engaged, though, they tend to follow pretty identifiable patterns. So if you move in those same weird patterns, another player, especially another player scav, will sometimes just pass right past you.
Oh, I see.
Like, there was actually one match where there was a group of, like, really strapped players that I knew I could not take as a scav. And so I could tell...
You just pretended to be?
Yeah, I could tell they were trying to, like, hustle. I assume one of their guys was, like, injured and they needed to get out or something. So when I knew they were going to come past an area where they'd probably see me, rather than taking cover and looking really obvious, I just sort of stood in a corner, sort of looking at a wall like the scavs sometimes do. And
they left you alone.
Yeah, I assumed they would just run right past me since I wasn't presenting an immediate threat, and that's exactly what they did. I know they saw me.
Shield says the remodel per school was done from the time that my brother went there and my oldest went there. My youngest sister went to a different campus at the vocational school because her program was only available at the main campus. Marcus says, my junior high school has a historic building from the early 20th century attached to it, so it cannot be torn down. It's the very first high school, the very first HQ of the Finnish military, the White Guard. The original Finnish military.
Interesting.
That's really cool. Pyro says on in fact, the classroom I had for my first ever year of primary school, so when I was like 4 or 5, was the size of an actual house. It was later turned into a gym hall / lunch hall.
Yeah, there's a few of those around here in the States where, like, the old frontier schools are. Most of them are museums now, or just residences.
Scarlett says, well, that hurt. I was flying an Su-27 flanker on a cap mission and found a flight of F-15s.
Ooh.
Got a short-range radar lock on one and hit him with a missile.
Hey.
His wreck then slammed into me.
Oh!
Oops.
I mean, good on you for downing an eagle in a flanker, because that
good
shouldn't
job.
really happen.
Good job.
Eagles ought to dance circles around one of those.
Wah-wah on the whole.
I mean, geez, what are the odds? Like, mid-air collision like that, jeez.
Wah-wah. Maximum wah-wah for that one. Welcome to Tarkov. Thanks.
Yeah.
Thanks, game.
Welcome. Oh, this is an extraction. I don't want to extract yet. I haven't found much. At least now I know, though. Alright, cool.
What does red mean? Does that mean you can't use it now?
No, it's fine. It was just saying, like, oh, you moved outside the area. Now I know, though, that that checkpoint is an exit for me, so good. Because I'm still learning most of the scav exits. I know pretty much all the PMC exits at this point.
But it's different. There's a body.
Yeah, there's a dead guy.
That.
Yeah. Ooh, there's a nice saga you got there, friend. Can I take it, please? There we go. You got a spare mag. I could do with a spare mag. Come on. Come on. Yeah. My man. Alright. Give me that. Oh, jeez. I got all the shotgun shells. Anything in its pockets is...
I'm happy you make that same reference. It makes me happy you make that reference. I'm honest.
Right. Ooh, turn that shotgun off. What are you... Shotgun light off. All right. Full mag. Good. Just missing a dust cover. Alright, that's fine. I can get one.
Let's see. Scarlett says, I set up the mission myself, so I knew the Eagles were unarmed. I was practicing using the flanker systems, having trouble using the BVR radar, beyond visual range radar.
I see.
What are the odds of that?
Yeah, seriously.
Like, just for a practice thing and you just mid-air collision.
Because especially with any plane that uses missiles instead of guns, like, you're usually not in close proximity like that. Because in the days of, like, actual gun-to-gun plane warfare, that wasn't as uncommon as one might think.
Is this the weird scav stuff you're telling me about?
Are you guys having a... Okay, alright, I'll just assume that's not my fight then. He's just like, no, leave them alone. They're sorting things out.
let them be. Noah says, howdy, folks. How
Hey,
goes?
cheers, matey.
Hello.
I'm just having a jolly old time here in Tarkovia.
You didn't before, but, you know, it's fine.
I'm hoping somebody picks off Sniper Scav here, because I want that SKS, because it has an optic. I just don't want to shoot him myself, because then all of these guys will converge on me. How's my timer? Ooh, 22 minutes. Damn, most everybody's probably left at this point.
That's not much time left, my love.
Wait, what does that -2 minutes thing mean?
I don't know.
Did I actually, like, expend that when I walked into it? Hang on, I'm gonna go check that, because I don't know exactly how that works.
I don't know.
I hope I didn't just ruin one of my exits.
Shield says, I was having fun playing in Cities Skylines until my poor town got hit with a few thunderstorms, setting areas of the forest on fire, and then some of my town on fire, and then I got hit with a tornado a bit after that. Then I got an earthquake, sinkhole, and flooding, one right after the other. Let's just say I had to restart.
As one does.
That town wasn't meant to be. That's all I can say.
Did you anger Zeus? Alright, can I actually... I can evac here. I don't know what that red text is about. I'll just take it though, because I got my nice saga. I might as well. And I think everybody's already left, so...
I don't know. No, it says, not much, doing well. Got a Chessex pound of dice, and all the blank tapes for my album arrived.
Ah, good times.
Scarlett says, by the time I got an idea of exactly where the bandits were, they were about 10 miles away from me, so then it was, CQB.
Gotcha.
When I launched the missile, it was at minimum range and head-to-head.
Come at me!
They did. And,
Yeah.
that would be a thing that they do.
Just gonna drop you there. I think I'm gonna end up, like, using a lot of this in my next run. So, alright, screw the crackers. I don't need the crackers.
Pyrrhus says, judging by Greek mythology, it seems pretty easy to anger Zeus.
It really is.
Seems like it's harder to not annoy him.
The dude's a little touchy. Kind of a dick.
Just a little.
Just a scotch.
What is a scotch from?
I don't know.
Because I use it too, but I don't know where it's from.
I think it's some kind of, like, East Coastism that I've picked up off of a friend of mine. And I don't originally know where it comes from.
Because I keep wondering about that.
I first heard it from a friend of mine who's from New Jersey, and I assume that's where it's from. I can't actually say for certain either.
So we don't know, is what you're saying? Oh, that's a big fact.
Yeah, I know. I need to sell some excess, like all those damn shotgun shells. I love having a stash. It's just I don't need this many.
So you're only keeping 2?
Yeah, well, I mean, that's 60 shells, which is more than enough.
Let's see. Shield says it shouldn't be called City Skylines, but Traffic Simulation. You spend more time fixing traffic jams than you do building the town.
I haven't played that one myself. I've seen some videos on it, and...
I think that's enough space for your backpack, isn't it? Right there?
Yep. Because that's the thing that I do. I think I've shown this...
Do you want all those things in there?
I might as well if I roll in with a Saiga. Yeah, I've shown this at least once. I'll mention it again, though, because it is a handy little thing that the few times I've mentioned it to a couple of my other friends, they were just like, "Oh, I never thought of that. That's a really good idea." If I go in as a scav ahead of time, I'll clear out a lot of room in my inventory. Just like put. Can I start that sentence over? I'll put my pack on, my chest rig on, and fill my weapon slots so that all of those squares are then open for me to drag over loot that I acquire as a scav. So it's handy.
I take it you're not wanting to bring both those weapons in?
No. Neither of those are coming with me. Let me take.
Let's see. Marcus says, "Kinsmark the arms dealer." Noah says, "Let me tell you, I got 50,000 speckled dice in my chest expand. Good lord, so many."
Yeah, those dice by the pound things, while cool, they give you a lot of dice.
You will have a lot of dice when you're done. Do you want help, or you got it? Okay, I'll leave you alone for now. If you find that you are not sure how to make it work, then let me know.
I got it.
Scott says, "If you want in on this fun, the base of DCS World is 100% free. Additional planes and choppers do cost about as much as a full game each, but they're extremely well modeled, so it's worth it most of the time."
Yeah, another friend of mine who's really into flight sims compared it to the old Jane's simulators that were also extremely detailed, and were usually about one aircraft at a time. And like, I've heard that DCS is
funny.
Like a platform that, instead of releasing multiple games that are all really similar, is just a platform that you then just put new aircraft into.
Pyro says, "Kin the arms dealer. Buy a gun from him and you'll always hit your marks."
Y'all are gonna get me in trouble one of these days.
Yeah. Pyro says, "Speaking of traffic, there is a man in England who goes around spray painting dicks around potholes since the local council cannot be seen spending money cleaning up the spray painted dicks and not fixing the road. So they have to fix the road at the same time. So forcing them to fix the potholes by spray painting the dicks."
That is vigilante justice done right.
That's hilarious. So it says
Hats
the
off to that
upcoming
guy.
FA-18C will be $70, for example.
Ooh, jeez.
10 worth it, says Scarlett.
That's stout. Although if it's really detailed, then I mean, potentially worth it. So.
Noah says, "On the upside, I'm not set for a possible. I am now set for an up. Nah, I can't talk. Oh
Neither of us can.
Partially because it's a typo that I then retranslated. Because Noah says, "On the upside, I'm now set for possible upcoming D&D game. In fact, my whole party and their families could be set with all my dice."
Nice.
Did you get a bunch of D20s, or are they all just D6s? If you know what D6s are. It occurs to me that most people don't know.
It's true. Most people do
what
not.
a D6 specifically is. And that's just normal 6-sided die.
Yeah.
Shield says, "But if you use a mod to help with the traffic, then you can't earn any achievements."
So it's
so
like
you have to do the traffic jam fixing yourself.
Yeah, it's like the Fallout thing where, even though now there's a mod to correct this, if you use mods in default arrangements, then it disables achievements. I don't really like it when games do that.
Yeah, no, it's just so many D20s. Let me post the pic of my haul. One sec. Pyro says the spray paint man is known as a Wanksky.
Oh man.
Are you okay?
I had a little acid reflux and laughed at the same time, so... Oh, the rear of my tongue tastes fantastic right now. Anyway, that's funny.
This is his haul.
Oh, dang. Yeah, that's a lot of dice.
That's a lot of D20s.
We've got... Oh, man, I would show it if we had it within arm's reach.
It's downstairs.
It's a wooden... It looks like a treasure chest. It's just miniature. And that's our dice box, and it is full.
We have more than that. I just have kept them in their boxes because there's no room in there for them.
There's no more. We need to get one of the larger ones. We need to upgrade our treasure chest of dice.
My parents already upgraded theirs.
Yeah, they did.
Marcus says, "Wasn't there that one county in England whose pothole measuring guy got the whole country roasted online because he measured the pothole's depth from the bottom?"
Ooh. That sounds like something that would happen, yeah.
Scarlett says, "I shared a link in video games to a playlist from a YouTube channel called The Grim Reapers, going through the press release version of the Hornet. They are a DCS and Arma clan."
Gotcha.
Scarlett says, "I do not own a single D20. I am a failure of a nerd." My dad owns, like, a fist-sized D20.
Yeah, he's got one of the giant, like, paperweight ones.
It doesn't really work as a proper D20 because whoever made them did not actually make them numerically the same way real D20s are made.
Because usually on a D20, if you're looking at it like top down, you're going to see a total mix-up of numbers, just like my words.
So high and low.
Yeah, you're going to see high numbers, wow, and low numbers all on the same like cross-section.
For example, it's always, all right, I can tell you exactly how they do it. It's mirrored.
Yeah.
So the 20, if it's directly up, 1 is right at the bottom.
Exactly.
2 and 19 and so on and so forth.
And then his huge one, like all the high numbers are on one side of it, all the low numbers are on the other side, and so it doesn't work quite right.
No.
It is cool though.
He uses it as just a...
He threatens his proper dice with it as like I will crush you with this if you don't roll well.
Well, it seemed to work last time,
it did.
You know?
Yeah.
Pyro says, so you could beat someone to death with that D20.
You could.
It's heavy enough.
Yeah.
You could do some damage, for sure.
You can mess somebody up. I'm gonna visit the rag man.
Shield says, I can use blimps for public transportation. That's awesome. Scarlet says, there's a brand new map coming out at the same time as the Hornet, set in the Persian Gulf.
Cool.
And it includes, Nimitz? Nimitz class carrier.
Nice.
I understand now. That's why this is so hard.
What?
I have forgotten to put on my glasses.
Oh, that's why you're having trouble.
I'm like, why can't I read today?
That'll do it.
Threaten someone with a D20. Let's see if you make this saving throw. Best threat. Much love.
Alright. Can I get P.A.K.A. yet? I don't remember if I can.
What?
I can't. The low-level armor. Damn, I haven't done enough tasks yet. Does the mechanics...
Scar says, glasses are important. Who'd have thunk it? Yeah, who'd have thought? I didn't want to believe it.
Wait.
It's true. What?
I saw Shosho's video on the TAWs, and I assumed because the mechanic trades in either straight-up trades or euros for, like, everything, I just assumed this stock that is for the Scav TOZ, the little shotgun, was probably for euros. Apparently it's for rubles. Because he made a video showing off that this thing, if you put it on a TOZ, is actually quite effective in mitigating the recoil, and so you can make a decent little hand cannon out of it. I might have to try that. Not right now, though. Maybe next time. For the meantime, damn, I really can't get armor from anyone yet.
Paris just throws the giant D20 at someone. You better hope I rolled a critical failure.
You know you have reached peak nerd status amongst your family and friends when someone screws up at something, and someone just goes, you rolled a 1, didn't you?
And everybody understands
Yeah,
that.
everyone
That's
starts
like
chuckling.
Shield says, I have been watching State of Decay 2 gameplay.
It looks pretty good, doesn't it? I'm a little, like, jaded when it comes to getting excited for games, because I was hurt so many times. That one actually looks pretty decent, though. Now the new Call of Duty. At least they're upfront about saying they're not going to include a campaign. They're not just tacking on a little 3-hour afterthought and calling it one. They're just going, nope, not going to worry about it. We're just going to focus entirely on the multiplayer and the Royale, because of course they are. Still, though, they're honest about it, so I'll give them that.
So it says also Rage 2 is happening. How about that?
It is. Ooh, that's a nice looking AK. I can't help getting it out of my head that the ad they've released as a teaser for Rage 2 looks so much like a Super Bowl commercial. I can't unsee that and look at it as what it is. Also, it doesn't show any real gameplay, so it's useless as a trailer.
Yeah.
I am glad to hear that they're making it, though, because I like the original Rage. I'm happy to make another one.
Yeah. Pyro says, I want to be hyped, but I am scared to be hyped for Rage 2.
Same.
Stock Sandwich says, Rage 2 looks great. have they released much about it?
Yeah, that's the thing is we can't really say it looks great yet because we don't know anything about it. They've shown off some concept. It looks like they're going very Mad Max with it.
Unless they've released more that we just don't know about.
Unless that came out in the last day.
Oh, they released a gameplay one.
Oh, did they? When did that come out? That must have come out like this morning because as of I think yesterday, I didn't think there was any gameplay out for it. If there's gameplay out, I'll check that out.
Looking for a link.
Okay, cool. Hook us up.
And Marcus linked to the English pothole measuring guy that it's that's the pothole measuring dude.
Oh, wow.
I mean, they're not.
His plank isn't long enough because the pothole's so big.
Except it's under 50 millimeters, so no action needs to be taken at this time, says the county.
Mm-hmm.
With the picture. Mm-hmm. That picture. Sure.
Methinks they doth protest too much. Mm-hmm. Alright, I'm not
Scarlett
even gonna worry
says it came out a day after the announcement one.
Okay.
And Sock has linked to it.
Somehow I missed that then. Alright, well, we'll save that. I'll have a look at it later. Because again, even though I never finished it, and I am still planning to, don't worry, I really liked the first Rage. So I'm glad to see that it's getting a sequel. I'm just... about any game, really, from any large studio these days, call me a contrarian all you want. I
can't be hype anymore.
I can't. They've hurt me too many times.
You know what I will be hyped for? The next Elder Scrolls game. Just because it's the next Elder Scrolls game. Not even because it's probably good.
I saw you.
That and Final Fantasy 15 2. Square.
Come on! Square, make it happen!
Please!
Let Tabata-san make it! Please!
Just let that be his first project as, with his new,
Oh, I saw you.
I really want.
I saw you, Hatchy Man! There you go.
I really want. Like, really bad. Like, you don't understand. That and, full pretty CG, Brave Exvius.
Oh, yeah. Hi. Ooh, I caught him in the leg. I clipped him. Mm-hmm. Oh, he's hobbling. He ain't having a good day.
Let's see. Marcus says the only game I'm actually hyped right now is Red Dead Redemption 2.
That one does look pretty good. I'm just not a huge Red Dead fan because I haven't ever finished playing the first game, so I don't know enough about it to really get hype.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people really are like, that's an AKMS! Dude, I didn't even know they were in this game! I'm getting out.
Run.
Time to leave. I want to keep my AKMS because I love those. Those are my favorite AK variants.
So here's hoping John Goodman is coming back for this.
Yes! I remember the first time I played that game, and that guy, whose real name I don't even remember, showed up. I was just like, John Goodman? John? What are you doing in this game? Alright.
Sock says, I'm hyped for Black Ops 4 Siege stuff and Rage 2.
Yeah, I did see they're releasing the new... Well, not releasing. They're promoting the new... I think they're Italian operators for the next season of Siege. They look pretty cool.
Mm-hmm. Shield says, I am sick of the Conan game.
That didn't take long.
Pyre says, I always get confused when FF Games has a sequel that isn't the next number. That's because each of the numbered ones is a completely different game in a different world.
So if you make a sequel to a numbered FF game, you kind of have to give it a different thing. I'll agree, it's a goofy way of going about it.
It's a goofy way to do it, but...
I mean, once you learn that system, it's understandable. It's just kind of like, really?
It's just a little wonky.
Oh, excuse me.
Though to be fair, the ones that are word fail. The ones that are specifically like X Game 2, those are direct sequels.
Yeah.
The ones that are just the name of the numbered with a subtitle are usually just connected. They're usually not necessarily direct sequels.
The truth has been spoken.
Let's see. Paris says, I'm also scared for Red Dead 2 multiplayer, because it will probably be like GTA 5, where a horse will cost like 4 million monies.
Yeah, I'm always nervy whenever a series that was originally, or traditionally, in the case of more long-standing series, adds multiplayer, because as we learned with Mass Effect,
that usually means bad things.
It's gonna take away from the development of the single player. No matter how much people will promise and pray and hope and say that it doesn't, it will. It absolutely will. Because game development is a zero-sum game, and if they're not throwing all of their money at single player, then they're not throwing all of their money at single player.
Like
that's just how it works. So maybe they'll make a great single player and multiplayer.
It's just the chances of that are so much rarer.
Yeah, exactly, because that happens so much less frequently than having an okay single player or worse with a decent multiplayer. And I don't know, when it comes to the Red Dead people, I think pretty much most of them would prefer having a stellar single player like the first game than even having multiplayer. Like, that's icing on a cake that they'd rather have baked properly. Maybe I'm just talking out of my ass, though. I don't know.
Sock says, yes, we gotta play Siege sometime.
Hell yeah.
Paris says, the only FF games I have are 14 and 10, and I've still not played 10. 10 is very good.
It is. It's quite good.
It is one of my favorites in that series.
I would say, from a critical standpoint, like as a critic judging it on objective standards, that 10 is the strongest entry in the series. Period. It is not necessarily my favorite.
No,
it's really high up there.
It is very high up there. It's just not quite.
It's in my top 3.
It's actually in my top 5 at this point.
I know, for you.
Well, I can't be, like, Exvius exists. I'm sorry.
I know. There we go.
But yes, 10 is extraordinarily good. It was the first FF game I ever played. And I do not regret it being my first foray into that series. Let's see. Sheila says, the one channel that I'm a mod for, they had a server, and they made it change the settings to add more people to the server. And the next thing you know, buildings that they were working on or were always finished disappeared in the Conan. Also, it doesn't help that the person streams about 18 hours a day.
Holy hell.
That they stream.
That's not healthy.
Yeah.
Like, I know full-time streamers, they work crazy hours, and I mean, hats off to them, because, man, that takes some serious work ethic. They need to take care of themselves, though.
Yeah, Marcus says, I never play any multiplayer, because I don't have any friends. And Sock says, same, Marcus.
Yeah, and there's a lot of games
I'm gonna go play Siege now. Bye-bye.
Alrighty, have fun.
Bye.
Yeah, there's a lot of games that...
Well, the thing is do you have friends that also have that game?
Exactly.
That's the thing.
I enjoy playing Escape from Tarkov, for example, alone, because I find it a chill, relaxing sort of game. I know even amongst some of you guys, y'all don't find this fun unless you're playing with a group or a squad. Like, I know several of my friends are that way about Siege. And that's totally valid. Like, I can totally see that. And there's a lot of games that, like, have multiplayer that are more about their single player that I've honestly never touched the multiplayer, because that's not what I'm there for.
Yeah. Speaking of, Marcus says, Rockstar has stated that they're focusing on single player for Red Dead Redemption 2.
Good.
So I wouldn't worry about that. Rockstar isn't Ubisoft. They're still a AAA company, though.
Yeah. Whoa! Alright, that was a high tier player. And yeah, they have done well to deliver on that, because, like, you know, GTA 5, though I haven't played it myself, I've seen enough of it to know, is a good single-player game that just also has an extensive multiplayer. So they've got a good track record of doing that sort of thing, along with nickel and diming things through other transactions. Still, though, if anyone can do it well, they're one of the few who can.
It would be them, but we're not necessarily, convinced that because it's them that they won't screw it up. I will believe it when I see it, because we've been burnt too many times in the past.
I've seen other golden companies that I really thought the world of start taking that dive.
Which is very upsetting.
Yeah, like, it's never cool to see, and I don't like to expect that of anyone. I really don't.
But it makes me feel better to expect poorly
and
to be pleasantly surprised.
Exactly, and I used to hate that mode of thinking. I used to think that was super, like, negative and nihilistic, and these days, I can't argue with it.
If I don't expect much, then I can be pleasantly surprised, which is what actually happened with FF15.
Yeah.
Because we heard so many people upset about it, not liking it, bitching about it. And we got it for what, like $12?
15.
Like, something like that. And I'm like, well, I won't expect much from it. And then we started, I'm like, it's so good. What the heck?
Yeah, I was pleasantly surprised at that game, and
that
was nice.
was such a better feeling than
really
when we got hyped about something and then realized, oh, it's not even close.
And that's something that I think a lot of marketing campaigns shoot themselves in the foot with. They get people so hyped for something that it has trouble living up to their expectations, as opposed to just alerting people that, hey, this game's coming out, you're probably going to enjoy it.
This is what kind of game it is.
Have
here.
a trailer, and then you get it, and you're like, all right, I don't know what I'll make of this. It looks pretty cool, though. And then you play it, and you're like, hey, this is cool. As opposed to, this is going to have all of these features. Let's show individual trailers of every mode. Let's show you all of the characters. Let's give you a half-hour demonstration of the way the single player works and set all of these expectations in your mind. And then you pick it up, and it's not perfect, and you're mad because it's not perfect because all of their marketing made you seem like it's perfect. And that ends up costing them in sales in the long run after opening weekend.
Yeah. Sheil says they do take breaks because they play from their work and have to wait on customers. It's nice when you own the company. Yeah.
It does.
Yeah. Sarah says the way I understand it, the dev cycle for GTA 5 was make awesome single player, release single player, shift focus to building multiplayer.
Yeah. You are 100% correct.
If they do that, it might go a bit better.
Yeah.
For Red Dead 2. But I don't know if that's the cycle they're planning on.
I saw you.
Paris
Oh, he's shooting at me!
I remember the days before I knew much about the internet and was just like, this game looks fun. Oh, it is fun.
Yeah!
Yep.
I miss those days. When I would see one article about something in GamePro magazine and go, hey, that looks cool. I'll look for it next time I go to the store. And then I'd get it, and I'd play it, and I'd be like, hey, this is pretty cool. I think I'll tell my friends about this.
We actually did that back when we still had Game Informer magazine while we were in San Marcos.
Mm-hmm.
We'd read through it just because it was something to read, and we'd look at the new release game stuff and be like, hey, that looks cool.
Or, here's another trip down memory lane for y'all. Demo discs.
Oh my god.
Anyone else remember demo discs?
Well, to be fair, a demo disc came with our Move for PS3.
It did. And that was one of the most fun games.
No, that wasn't the demo disc. That was just the free game.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
We
right,
actually
right.
got a legit demo disc for other Move games.
I forgot about that. I put it out of mind.
Yep.
Because there were some not so great things on that one.
I don't quite understand this question, so you're gonna have to try and...
Hang on a tick.
77 Harris 124 says, can you tell me you should buy its game after how to download its game?
How
should
Are
buy?
you asking, like, should you get this after downloading it? I can't quite make out what you're asking there. If you're asking if you should get this...
It's a very good game.
Yeah, it's very good. It's still in development, so there are still some glitches and such.
And if you think it's the sort of game that you would like...
Yeah, because I hesitate to give anyone a sweeping, like, get this game no matter who you are, because, I mean, everyone's got genre taste, you know?
Yeah, and this one's not exactly...
I'm taking the Aussie glasses.
And Noah says... Demo discs. Yep, demo discs, man.
I can thank a demo disc for my first internet purchase ever. Because I played Einhander, a really fun side-scrolling, like, spaceship shooter sort of thing, with one of the strongest soundtracks of any game ever made. I really encourage you guys that enjoy game music to check out the soundtrack for Einhander. And I loved that demo disc. I played it for dozens of hours. It was the first level of the game, and I loved it so much.
So he went and bought it on
that. Yeah, it was the first time I convinced my mom, I was like 10 at the time, to let me order something on the internet that she really didn't trust yet, because the internet wasn't what it is today. Security was a huge problem. She was like, all right, you're super excited about this, you know, go ahead. And I did, and the company that I ordered it from, I don't even know who they were anymore, like, it doesn't even matter. They really took their time shipping it, so they told me it was going to take 3 weeks. To a kid, that's an eternity already. It took 3 months. So every day I was going to the mailbox, checking it after I came home from school, and I'd shuffle in all dejected and depressed because it didn't come today. And then I finally got it, and in my amazement, even as a kid, I was just like, man, I've really, like, made this a thing in my head. I really don't want to get disappointed. And I wasn't.
And that was the best.
It was so good.
Yeah. Scarlett says, and back in the PS1 days, Naughty Dog and Insomniac Games put demos for each other's games.
They did, yeah.
I played a lot of demo games like that came packaged with
Oh yeah.
other games. Let's see. Paris says, though, if Naughty Dog said there was going to be a remake of Jak and Daxter like Spyro and Crash, I would buy that in a heartbeat and not even care how much it costs.
There are a few series like that I'll immediately just pick up for the name. Not many, though. Oh. Lag spike. Don't do that. I need to
that's
see.
Not good.
Alright, let's see if I can make it out of here alive. Also, could y'all have put this flashlight on this shotgun in a more annoying place? God, it just like takes up the center of my friggin' screen. I'm not going that way.
No.
That way's the death sentence.
Yep.
I'm going this way. I'm going the long way. I hear footsteps.
How are you feeling, by the way?
I'm actually doing okay. I think I've got like 1 or 2 more runs left in me.
Okay. Mark says, is it just me, or is that scope rail a bit screwy?
A little, yeah. It's like really rear set. Also, for some reason, this particular shotgun, the character like nuzzles up to their cheek way too closely. I don't know why they do though.
Where's your exit?
It's down here. So I'm taking the long way.
Be very quiet.
Oh, yeah. Because I got some tags, got some decent stuff. I want to make it out. Let me make absolutely certain that gate 3 is one of my exits. Yeah. Okay, cool. Now for the risky part. And they what I'm in about.
There used to be more series that were an instant buy for me.
Door's open.
Than there are now.
Oh, the door is open.
That means someone's either...
Well, someone's come through here, so somebody probably just exfilled. Thing is, I know I sit and I lie in wait right there. Okay, good. So I don't want to like stumble into somebody who's doing what I do and then just get lit up. Because when I do this, if I see movement, you're dying.
You did it.
All right. Okay.
You're good. You're good.
All right. All right. I'm actually doing decently on stream. I usually screw it all up on streams. All right,
That's
cool.
because I'm here.
Yeah, it's the solo streams that are doomed. All right, let's... Do I have a 206 key?
You...
5 key. Do I care about that? I don't know if I care about that. I'm going to do it for now.
It's because you need your Viga luck charm.
Yeah. I'll just roll with that. Yeah, and I'll... Wait. That's an actual AKM. Oh shit, that's not one of the... That's not one of the crappy ones. Oh! Oh, man, I'm finding the decent AKMs now.
Scarlett says you should have done what I do and cork off a shot as you exfil.
I'm just greedy. I don't like wasting my ammo. I know that's a derpy thing to get hung up on. I do, though.
That's okay. I understand you.
Alright, we can at least load these. So, load you up. There we go. And ta-da. Unload you. Ta-da. 1 round. Okay, I'm not letting you take up space. That's 1 round. Okay, I don't really have anything to drop in that slot. I guess I'll put you there. Do I have any, like, I'll stick my knife in there. It's just taking up a room.
Sierra says, I do it mostly because it makes you freak out. Sorry, not... Hashtag sorry, not sorry.
I know you do that. And it works every time, damn it. What do I do with that AKM? I don't really have room.
And Shield is back.
About a Coleman.
Back. Do you have any that you would rather bring with you?
You know what? You know what? I'm gonna sell all these. I'm gonna stash that shotgun for now. I'm gonna take the AKM in. I'm gonna see if I like it. That's what I'm gonna do.
What about that backpack?
Can I get mags for it though?
Because I'm assuming you're gonna take that gun out of the backpack.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I'm still in prep phase right now.
Gotcha.
Okay, sell that off. No. Okay, problem. Do you have... No, well, you do. You only have those. Alright, I'll look at the fence.
Scar says, can be like, oh, we're safe. Bang. Oh, shit.
Although, not as much as I was at the end of the episode that hasn't aired yet, that I edited earlier. I'll just give you all a little preview. The ending of that episode ends explosively.
I see.
I panicked there for a second.
Yeah.
Nobody's selling the mag I need.
Shield says, I found that I have been playing more games that don't have an actual end game. Gotcha.
Those are fun. That was one of the things
Open-ended games can be a lot of fun.
Yeah, that was one of the things I really enjoyed about Minecraft when it first came out, because there wasn't a pressure to finish it, because there is no finishing.
Other than the...
I mean, you can fight the Ender Dragon, you can still keep playing after that, though. Like, it doesn't end the game.
It doesn't have to.
I mean, it rolls credits.
Sky says, does someone toss a grenade into the exfil?
They did. And I evac'd right at the right time. I'll just say, one of ours was not so lucky. And you'll just have to find out how that turns out when you see the episode. Dang it.
Nobody has what you need.
No. And the thing is, like, this inventory moves. Like, stuff shuffles around every few seconds in here. So it's actually really hard sometimes to snatch up decent items when they crop up. I'm just, man, I keep hoping somebody sells off a full-size AKM mag, and I'm not seeing it. Ooh, wait, yep, nope, never mind. Oh, crap, I'm not on the freaking purchase screen. There. Gimme. Yay, I got it. Okay, good. Okay. That gives me one full mag for the AKM. Ain't much. It's something, though. So, I'll take it. Alright, give me that. You do fit that gun, right? Yes. Okay, that looks weird. Like, modern polymer magazine in ancient, dusty-ass AKM.
Hey, you know, whatever works.
Yeah, I'll take it.
And I'm sure this looks really strange, since I'm sure you can see the...
Are you like, still in frame?
I should be.
Chat, can you confirm? Can you still see her? Oh, my...
If I click play, I should be able to see... Maybe. I think I'm still in frame.
Okay, cool. Just making sure.
I'm just really uncomfortable in this chair, so I have to, like, shift into weird positions.
We need to get new chairs sometimes.
Yeah, because this is bad.
Yeah.
I'm honestly afraid one of these days that the chair's gonna automatically lean me back, and then it's gonna break.
Oh, I know the rear of my chair is just gonna snap off soon.
I'm really scared about that, honestly. Shield says, I can see by. Awesome.
Cool. Good. Alright, I'm actually having decent luck on, pardon me, these factory runs, so I don't know if an AKM is good to take into factory, that's the thing. I'm gonna go into woods. Because an AKM is gonna have range. And I'm comfortable on woods, which means if shit goes down, I know where to run. So, yeah. That's what we gonna do. Man, it feels good to finally stream from the computer again. Good God.
Paris says, my chair is an old office chair that my dad took from my uncle's office that they were getting rid of. I need to get an actually new desk chair at some point. These both were my parents' chairs after they wore them out and then got new ones, and then we took them, and now we've worn them out even more because we've had them for... Oh.
We've had one of these since we started, and the other we got about 2 years later. So one of these is like 5 years old.
The one I'm in is our oldest because we switched. When we got the newer one, it was yours. It went to you, and I got the... So the chair I'm in is 3 hand-me-downs. It's very uncomfortable, and I am legitimately concerned that one of these days I'm going to sit down in it, and the back's just going to go off, and I'm going to bash my head against the wall. Because I have a legitimate reason to be afraid of that, because that actually happened with one of our old recliners.
Oh, I haven't heard this story.
Yeah. We now have a really large couch downstairs, but before we had that couch, we had 3 separate recliners. One for me, one for my dad, and one for my mom. And we were having we're gonna marathon Stargate SG-1 night. And my mom had made us these sort of giant nacho things. And I had just sat down with my perfectly done nacho thing with the meat, the cheese, sour cream, the jalapenos on top. And I sat down, leaned a little bit back, there was a crack, and suddenly I was horizontal. My food was on my chest. So sour cream and jalapenos and stuff everywhere. And I was just like completely horrified, like what just happened? I don't even know. Like I didn't have time to react. It happened so fast. And my parents were like, "Oh my god, are you okay?" And I'm like, maybe. I might be fine. Ask me in like 2 minutes after I've recovered from the shock. So yes, that actually happened to me.
That's like that time I got knocked out in one of my martial arts classes where I don't remember getting hit. I just remember seeing that guy's foot coming.
And then suddenly you're...
Yeah, I wake up and everyone's like circled around me while I'm laying on the ground and like, "Are you okay?" Even then I was a smartass and I was just like, "Well, I don't know. You tell me, because I just woke up on the ground."
Yep. So it says, because of DCS, I'm planning to build myself a replica FA-18 seat. Hashtag military nerd. Pirate says, I have frequently mentioned that my chair creaks more than a Spanish war galleon. Yeah, mine does too.
Fucker.
Ooh.
Oh, uh-oh, he had a friend. Oh, he had a friend. Ow, his friend was a good shot.
His friend.
My AKM. I took him down, though. I took the first guy down.
You did. You did.
Ow. That hurt. Damage dealt. Hit count 7. Alright. Alright.
Wah-wah.
I know I put a round in that other guy. I didn't do enough damage to kill him, though.
But yeah, like this chair creaks alarmingly whenever I move in a particular manner. And it's at this point it creaks more often than it doesn't creak. So I'm a little bit Pyro says, famous Pyro quote, after fainting in a physics classroom, "Why am I on the floor?" Yep.
I'm gonna do a maybe dumb thing.
Don't do a dumb thing.
Oh, I'm gonna do it.
Don't do the dumb thing. Why are you doing the dumb thing?
I'm gonna do it. Because I've never done it. And I am curious to do it and to share it with you guys here on stream. I'm gonna do a night op. Because I've got a 7-4U with a flashlight. So, yeah.
I feel like this is...
Oh, that's probably not a good idea. I am well aware of that. However...
You're okay with losing everything?
Yeah, I mean, it's just an AKM. Or an AKM, AK-74U.
I was about to say, that's not your AKM.
Let's just say I have some spares.
Oh, do you have proper ammunition for it?
Yeah. I need to get an extra mag. I'm not going to take too much in with me, because this could go horribly.
Horrifically wrong?
There we go, cool. Prop ourselves those. You know what? I'll get 2 of those. Yeah. And where's the... No, I don't want T. I do not want T. PRS. Yeah, I guess I'll take that. Well,
so was that martial arts story the same one where you found everything funny?
Yeah, immediately after that, yes. When I woke up and... I knew enough to, like, get worried about that. However, me, like, feeling that worry also amused me for some reason.
Hey, you know, that sort of injury does weird things.
It does. It really does. It was also... I think that one was my first concussion. I've had 3, for anyone new around here. Hence the verbal dyslexia that I never used to have.
Which I'm pretty sure there has to be an actual name for.
I'm sure there is. There's probably some actual term for whatever psychological disorder that is. Because I know I have it.
We just don't know what it's actually called. You know what? I'm gonna find out.
Just search verbal dyslexia. See if that's a thing. I don't want to take a car with me. I'll just get... I'll get some normal medkits. Let's get 3 of those. One of my muscles in my neck is like spasming weirdly. Stop that. Okay.
There's...
Just like a sign like, you have friggin' cranial dabblage. Yeah, no kidding.
Pyre says, there's also the time I slipped in an ice rink, bashed my head on the ice, and spent the next 6 hours in a hospital just to find out I was perfectly fine.
Well, I mean, still good to check. Don't do the dumb thing like I did and reset a dislocated finger and refuse to go to the hospital, because it's expensive! Even though I would still do that today. Only if it's dislocated, though. If it's actually, like, cracked, you know, go let the doctors do it.
I think that's the...
Yeah, that'll...
I don't think this is the proper one, but it was a redirect from oral dyslexia.
Wait, oral dyslexia, the thing? The thing?
Sort of. It's called aphasia.
Huh.
It's a condition characterized by either partial or total loss of the ability to communicate verbally or using written words. A person with aphasia may have difficulty speaking, reading, writing, recognizing the names of objects, or understanding what other people have said. It's caused by brain injury, such as might occur during a traumatic accident, or when the brain is deprived of oxygen during a stroke. It may also be caused by a brain tumor, a disease such as Alzheimer's, or an infection. It may be temporary or permanent. It does not include speech impediments caused by loss of muscle control.
I don't have that.
That doesn't...
Certainly not that severe.
That was the medical dictionary redirect from oral dyslexia.
I see.
So that was not it.
Yeah, I've learned over the years that I do have a few, like, strange medical conditions. Like, maybe someone can find this, because there is a term for this. I even heard it in a doctor's office, and I just forgot it. I have a skin condition that makes it so that slight abrasive contact with my skin causes really, like, aggravated, raised redness, and it looks horrible for a few minutes, and then it fades really quickly. I can hardly even feel it. It's like a slight warm sensation to me. It looks horrific. Once upon a time, I was really self-conscious about it. Like, if you guys, you've probably seen it, and I didn't even know that it had happened on stream. Because if I, like, scratch my forehead or something, and I get a little too fingernaily with it, it's not hurting me. It's just, if I scratch at all too hard, it'll get really, like, red and raised and really obvious. And it looks like I just got in a freaking fight with a lawnmower. And yet I'm totally fine. And apparently, like, because she went in for an allergy skin test sort of thing, where they prick your skin with all the little things to see if you react to it. And they asked her, do you have this? Because if you do, it can throw the results. Because obviously, just the prick of the needle is going to cause that redness effect, and it's going to look like an allergic reaction when it isn't. It's the skin doing what it does. And I was in the room because I was her ride that day, and I heard her mention that, and I was just like, hey, hold up. She doesn't have that. I might, though. I never knew there was a word for that. And she was like, yeah. So, yeah, fun fact.
Yep. Paris says, apparently I have a very hard skull, as I once swam headfirst into a swimming instructor when I was like 2 or 3. The instructor had to get out of the pool, but I was fine. Killsnake says, I have you guys beat, not by my choice. When I was 9 years old, bike riding with no helmet equals cracked skull.
Ooh, not fun.
And so it says, you mean what happened in the first Nutmonger video?
Yeah. A friend of mine actually...
Noah says, I'm told my chin is sharp. Yeah, not sharp looking, not chiseled, just sharp.
I have a friend that his skull didn't fully form, and so he actually has like a little dime-sized hole in the top of his head. So he has to really, really mind any contact he has with anything on top of his head, because there's just skin and flesh separating the outside world from his gray matter.
I found it. Dermatographia.
Dermatographia. That sounds like a skin thing. Oh, that's
it is a condition known as skin
thing.
writing. When people who have dermatographia lightly stretch their skin, the scratches redden into a raised wheal similar to hives. These marks usually disappear within 30 minutes.
That sounds like it. So what is it? Dermatographia?
Dermatographia.
Huh. Interesting.
I pronounced it different because dermatologist.
Yeah.
So I thought it was dermatographia.
Dermatographia.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I'm not sure.
Fancy medical terms. All right, where am I? Oh, that's okay. That's that. So, man, this is one hell of an endeavor.
A lot of people don't know why. it happens.
Huh. Interesting.
Interesting. But yeah, I think that's the one. I had to look for weird stuff, like skin redness when scratching is what led me to this one. Because I'm like, because redness of the skin doesn't really help.
Yeah, because so many things cause that.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, I'm going to attempt to hit the health resort.
Okay.
Because since I have a flashlight and a full auto,
Good luck.
I can handle, I think, anything short of an enemy that has NVGs. And I'm hoping I can make out with some good stuff since so few people play Night Ops.
Well, good luck. I believe in you.
I can hit that place, because I know there's a safe in there that spawns with money.
Scarlett says, I had Bell's palsy once. It started out a weird feeling in my face. The left side just felt different than the right. An hour later during dinner, my face was visibly distorted and I couldn't drink from a cup.
Ooh, that's
so
not good.
That was a fun evening at the hospital.
That is not good at all.
Also, when I first felt it, we were on our way home from a routine checkup.
And speaking of, unfortunately, any of you guys, whatever you do, send prayers, positive vibes, good thoughts, whatever, toward my mom. Because she just had an MRI, a couple of them actually.
Have you heard back from that?
I haven't. She's supposed to get the results on Tuesday.
Okay.
Because
there are some issues happening.
She is recovering well from the cancer that she just had treated this past winter. However, the rad treatments to help sort all that out have apparently caused some other autoimmune reaction for her. She has a lot of autoimmune issues, which sucks because those are really like misunderstood or like just poorly understood when it comes to traditional medicine. So a lot of her doctors are just kind of figuring stuff out as they go with her, and so she's getting weird like traveling numbness all over, and it isn't consistent anywhere. That is a fancy stock. Ooh, hello. And so to rule out certain things, because it could get explained in a number of ways, she got some MRIs done, and like I told her, yeah, they're going to get the results of that this coming week. So one of the things that may hold the answer there, unfortunately, is like lupus or seizures or strokes. All of those aren't good. So I'm hoping somehow that it isn't any of those and that it's something else.
Easy to treat.
Neither us nor any of the 3 specialists she's already seen have any idea what else might cause it, though, so we don't know.
We don't know. Well,
so
we'll
yeah, like I said, if y'all do the prayer thing, spare some for my mom, please. Because I love my mama and I don't want her to
it's never lupus.
Stroke. Yeah, according to Dr. House.
Yeah. Sarah says, all the best luck, Kin's mom.
Indeed.
Kelton Knight says, Kitty right now is trying with all his might to open a small cracker box so he can sit on it.
As one does.
If it fits, he sits, okay?
Cat intensifies.
And the thing is,
players.
Is that's every cat I have ever seen. If it fits, they sit.
Oh yeah.
Like, it's just how that works.
I'm gonna search these.
Nora says, lack of knowledge is about the worst thing in the medical world. Best of luck with everything.
Yeah. Yeah. Speaking of, did they ever figure out what that weird asthma
also,
thing you had was?
The Vepper is empty.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. You're right. So I shouldn't switch to it in a panic.
No.
Also, that is a nice scope. Is that a night vision scope?
Night scope.
Do you find night gear on Night Ops? I didn't know that was maybe a thing, or maybe I just got lucky and it's appropriate thematically.
Oh?
I don't know, man.
Is that you making those noises?
Yeah, it's me rummaging through the...
Okay, I'm just making sure because I'm really paranoid because it's really dark and it's kind of freaking me out a little bit.
Because the thing is, I'm going to come across one of 2 things.
Nobody or terrifying people.
Well, it's either someone derping around like me with, pardon me, a flashlight, in which case I'll see him coming. Or it's someone super strapped up with NVGs. In which case, I am screwed. T-plug. All these hard drives! I can't carry them all! Alright, well, I'm full up, so I'm gonna get rolling. Sometimes you can find keys in those. I'm not gonna worry about it, though.
Lady Nocturne is here and says hi.
Hey, cheers, good to see you. As you can see, I'm finally feeling well-ish enough to stream from the computer.
We got nothing. So basically I'm being labeled as having a post-infectious cough and a reactive airway, which are both pretty normal separately, but together are both rare and more or less untreatable. Also, my complete resistance to painkillers has stopped being scary and just gotten funny, to be honest, so I guess it's kind of resolved in terms of knowing what I have.
Yeah, at least there's that. I feel you're there on the resistance to painkillers, man, because there's only like one type that does anything for me. It's ibuprofen.
Of the over-the-counter anything.
Yeah. Well, even some of the prescription stuff, like codeine, doesn't actually do much for me. What's the other one? Vicodin. Is that the same thing as codeine? I think it's different.
I don't remember.
I learned after I really, really severely sprained my ankle in high school, and I would have actually snapped part of it if it weren't for calcium deposits cracking that I had accrued due to all the martial arts stuff that I was doing. And they, like, took the hit for my ankle. I was still out of commission for weeks. And I did that 1 day prior to the Taekwondo tournament that I had spent the last 6 months training for. Anyway, I was prescribed Vicodin for the pain following that injury, and I realized real quick that it does nothing for pain for me.
Yep.
For some reason, though, it makes me really angry. Like, I don't know why. I have an emotional anger reaction to taking Vicodin.
Or Vicodin.
Yeah, it's Vicodin that does it to me. Where? Wait.
Noah says, oh yeah, same here. I think I've said this here before, but I could drink codeine quite literally like water. My body just doesn't recognize codeine's sovereignty, I guess.
You have no authority here.
Scott says, when in doubt, morphine.
I'm sure that would work on me. That works on everybody.
Lady Nocturne says, have some vodka. A true stalker does not let mere wounds stop him.
I think I ran the wrong way. And now the sun's coming up. I'm going to evac.
Pyra says, my mom has a morphine tolerance. It does nothing for her.
Oh, jeez. Yeah, my mom has some funny reactions. I forget which one. I think it's codeine that really, like, jacks her up.
Is that the one that makes her spacey and adorable? I mean,
because when I was a kid, she tore a muscle in her stomach, and so I had to, like, take care of her, and I was, like, 13, so I was like, oh.
Freak out.
I got used to it after, like, a day, though, and it just sort of turned into routine. And so there was this one evening where she was just, like, crashed out in one of the recliners in our living room, and awake, just kind of enjoying the TV. And I come out of my room, and I walk past her, and I'm just like, hey, I'm going to go get some ice cream. Do you want some? And I swear she reacts... This isn't an extraction. Oh, God. Oh, I have to go to the tunnel, damn it! Alright, I'll finish my story real quick. She reacts like this, just... Huh? And I'm like, don't laugh, don't laugh, don't laugh. I'm gonna go get some ice cream from the kitchen. Do you want some? Okay. I'm like, oh, Jesus, I lost my shit.
Pyra says she had to take, his mom had to take horse tranquilizers after an operation once because the morphine didn't work.
Wow.
Noah says, the thing for me is knockout meds like morphine don't have any ramp up or ramp down for me. It's normal, unconscious / numb, and then normal again. I think I set the local dentist office record for recovery from a wisdom tooth removal in terms of time from chair to feet. I'm just happy that I don't get addicted very easily to hard meds.
Yeah, because you were on some hard stuff after your foot surgeries and came out totally fine.
The same stuff, too.
Yeah.
And then I just decided, it doesn't hurt that bad anymore. I'm just going to stop taking it.
Yeah.
I didn't even wean myself off. I just turkey.
Cold turkey.
Cold turkey.
Gone.
Rather. Just
and like
didn't
no
feel
withdrawal
anything.
symptoms.
There was nothing.
That's good.
But I was genuinely concerned about that.
So
because my mom, when she had me, she was so sick they actually thought she might not make it. And she was 100% addicted to, I think it was morphine.
Morphine, yeah.
And So a lot of that side of my family actually has addiction problems with, like, if they get on hard meds, they're gonna get addicted to it, basically.
So there's a potential for that in your genetics. I'm glad to see that it hasn't
And
really taken with you.
I was really worried about that, honestly. When I first got my very first foot surgery, I was like, oh no, what am I going to do? I was sad that I needed a higher dose than I wanted to need. And I still remember the horrified sound of my doctor. Because they, of course, start you on the lower dose, right? In case you don't need it. A higher dose, but I thought it was supposed to hurt that bad, even with the pain meds. So I was toughing it out, even though just going to the bathroom was enough to bring tears to my eyes because it hurt so bad to put my foot down that much, even when it wasn't touching anything. I thought that was normal, so I dealt with it like that for 3 days before my mom's finally like, "Are you okay?" And I'm like, "It kind of hurts." So she calls my foot doctor. He's like, "You should have called me that day." I'll up the... Just take 2. It's fine. But yeah, I was sad that was the truth. But then at least I knew, so I knew to take the higher dose the next time, and I didn't have a problem anymore. But
Can't say you didn't soldier through it, jeez.
I did. I spent 3 days in misery thinking that's just how it's supposed to be. Not wanting to complain. And my mom was helping me get back out of the bathroom after having gone, and she saw me teared up, and she's like, "Yeah, that's not... I'm gonna call the doctor." I'm like, "It's fine, Mom, it's fine." And she's like, "No, I really don't think it is." And turns out I didn't have to suffer, but, you know. And Noah says, by the way, that time was at 0 minutes. Oh, so you had the teeth out and then you were... Oof. Lady Nocturne says, I wonder if morphine is as strong as the amount of cocaine Scarface took near the end. And Scarlett says, gotta love those binary reactions.
Oh, yeah. And there's certain painkillers that's how they are. Like, once they quit working, they quit working.
Oh, and Jake is here.
Hey, cheers.
But his new name is... I can't read it. The color
Jakeinator?
is bad. No, it's Z3R... 0D? I can't read the color.
0D?
I don't know. But it's he says, "Hi, it's Jake." I don't know if I've said that since I've changed it. So we know that is him.
Welcome all the same.
Mm-hmm. Paris says, it's definitely not because my mom used to be a nurse, because my auntie has the same thing. Ah.
Gotcha.
Well, sometimes that stuff just runs in the family.
Oh, yeah.
No, it says, as soon as I woke up, I mumbled, "Get a warrant," and then got to walk to the car.
I am 100% unsurprised, because that sounds very much like you. Just incredibly amused. That is a good line.
Oh, it's 0. Like Z3RO. So
okay, gotcha.
Z 0. And I know because they cheered. Thank you for the cheer.
Oh, well, thank you very much for that, yeah. Cheers to you.
Let's see. Pyra says it sounds both cool and awful to have a tolerance to something like morphine.
I mean, it's like, it sounds cool to say, like, I think we talked about this the last time that we streamed. I have an alcohol tolerance through the roof. Not for having drank a lot of it, I just have a high tolerance naturally. And that same thing applies to any substance, really.
Yeah.
The thing is, when I need those substances for medical reasons, kinda sucks!
Because you have to have a whole bunch, which can be bad for your body.
Exactly. Like, I'm sure when I had to do some of my injury recovery stints, that my kidneys took a little pounding because of all the like heavy painkillers I had to take for me to actually, like, do something about the pain.
Noah says, it was amazing. Also, lads, I shall return. I've been informed of donuts in the household.
Hey.
Go get the... If
Pounce.
there's a choice of donuts, always donuts.
Oh, yeah. Pounce on those donuts.
That makes me hungry.
Me too, a little.
Scarlett says, question, when would you need alcohol for medical reasons? He means just...
No, I mean for, like, meds. Because that same thing applies to meds.
Yeah. I think he's teasing you, but yes. You just have a high tolerance for all things that get put into your body.
I'm sure there's some condition out there some doctor would prescribe some sort of medicinal alcohol for.
Actually, my grandmother, before she died, was told to drink a glass of red wine every night before bed.
Because it's supposedly good for circulation stuff.
Mm-hmm. Like, the doctor literally told her to do that. So she did.
Yeah. I know a lot of older folks tend to also self-medicate with whiskey, whether that's a good idea or not. That's another matter. Still, they do it.
Paris is in the zone / apocalypse. Alcohol is used in medicine all the time.
Oh, yeah. I mean, don't you know? Vodka treats radiation poisoning. Stalker wouldn't lie to me. Oh, also, I don't think I've even told you about this.
Oh, the new Stalker game?
Yeah, Stalker 2.
I know.
What? How do you know?
I have Discord on my phone.
Oh. Okay, alright.
And I do sometimes check the video game section.
Okay, alright. I just know I'm usually the one that keeps up with the news, so...
I saw... There were a lot of dings on my phone that day, okay?
Because we were excited.
Yes.
And so to recap, for anyone catching that word here for the first time, Sergey... I can definitely remember his last name. I'm testing you. The old guy who... Well, he's not old. The guy who owned the old GSC Game World, and still does, and retains the right to the Stalker IP, has just announced, as of a few days ago, that Stalker 2 is in development. And that's it.
That's exciting.
Hasn't given us any screens or any ideas about what's going to get in it.
It's coming.
Yeah, it's just a thing they're working on. I am concernedly excited, because a fair reminder to anyone that's immediately just like, yeah! All of the old guard from GSC Game World, the people who made the Stalker games, are gone. All of them, except for Sergey. Because they all went to other companies, like Vostok. And so the team that made Stalker what it is...
Isn't there anymore?
Isn't there to make Stalker again anymore. Now, maybe he'll reacquire some of them. Maybe.
And maybe the new people will be people who love Stalker just as much as we, the fans, do, and therefore will do everything they can to make it a successful Stalker sequel.
I certainly hope that's the case.
We just don't know.
I'm just hesitant to get excited about it, because I don't know who his team is. And, like, as much as I want to love that game, I'm
scared.
A little nervous.
Yep.
A little nervous.
Zero says, but, like, what if bacon or donuts?
Donuts.
Big oof.
Donuts.
Donuts. Because I can cook bacon myself. I cannot make donuts.
Don't see me. Don't. Alright, it's turning that way. I'm gonna go.
Marcus says you've been streaming quite a while.
I have. I think I've only got one run left in me. And then I'm gonna have to call it.
Yep.
Because I can feel a little of that tension. It's not uncomfortable yet, though. I can just feel it.
Sheila says donuts are easy, but are they cake donuts? Because I don't like cake donuts. Unless they're powdered sugar donuts, in which case those are fine. Those are the only cake donuts I like. I don't like the thick, heavy donuts.
Made it.
Paris says, my granddad on my dad's side of the family used to have at least one glass of whiskey and like a whole pack of cigarettes a day, and somehow lived to be 82.
Strange.
I don't know how, but it was impressive.
Yeah, like, we always hear about those old folks that are just like, I just drink a half quart of whiskey and I eat a breakfast of bacon and I eat steak every day and I'm 91. It's like, you won the genetic lottery. That's all there is to it.
Yeah, Paris says, I've spent the last 2 weeks doing nothing but college work and grinding in FF14 for a relic weapon. Those are the only two things I have done.
Time well spent.
Sheila says, Scarlett says, Sergey, the leader of Derpy? I do not understand that reference.
Mm.
I don't know.
Oh. That's a Shadow Chernobyl reference.
Oh.
You may remember the derpy duty guy that I rescued from the raider camp that just like wandered around like a dumbass the whole time?
Yes.
Sergey is indeed the leader, not of duty, of derpy.
Gotcha.
I am
okay.
impressed you remembered that, because I didn't even remember that until I really thought about it for a second.
Scarlett might have recently
Oh yeah,
rewatched.
he told me the other day that he was rewatching it, so...
Sheila says, nope, just use store-bought biscuits and use something to make a hole in the center and deep fry them. The biscuits in the can. That could work. Unfortunately, most store-bought biscuits are not safe for wide consumption.
Yeah, that's true.
Which is honestly, that is a very sad state of affairs. If I do say so myself.
True story.
It makes me very sad.
Just gonna put that there.
Also, we don't have anything to deep fry stuff with.
Does anyone know what I can trade hard drives for? I know I can trade them for something. I don't remember what, though. Also...
Pyre says, it's a cool-ass sword. Relic weapon from the first expansion is even better. It is literally on fire. Looks like something an angel would fight with.
Cool. Good times. I want to sell this Viper. I need to get it into my inventory. Ugh. Ugh. Right.
Shield says, we also use the canned biscuits to make small turnovers. Lady Nocturne says, MBSS backpack and 60-round mags for hard drives, if I remember correctly.
MBSS backpack, okay. And what else?
60-round mags.
Oh! Oh! I gotta go look for that. Because that's handy.
So, I don't know what you want to do with your...
Yeah, I'm just gonna sell it, Viper. I just needed to make room enough to get it into my inventory to go sell.
Noah said, I return and the donuts are gone. Are they gone because you got them? Or are they gone because they beat you to them? If it's the one, congratulations for getting the last donuts. If it's the other, my condolences for not getting any donuts. Lady Nocturne says Praypor sells those at a certain level, I think.
Okay, alright.
Noah says, I'm a donut menace, all I can say. Then I think it's congratulations that are
You took them all, didn't you?
Celtic Knight says, trying to get rid of the dead look in Fallout 4 for the landscape. That's hard, because there aren't all that many mods for it, and you have to layer a whole bunch, I think.
Yeah, well, there's a few now that do that. I don't use any of them personally, so I don't have an immediate recommendation for you. There's a few to choose from, though. Okay, so... Okay, you there, you there, you there. Good on all that. I think I'll leave all that where it is. Because, again, I'm good with remaining and AK-7 for you. Man, I need a wallet. I really need a wallet.
Can you buy a wallet?
Sometimes. They show up in the fences inventory sporadically. Let's see. Skierman. No, you do not have a pack for me? Nope, the Peacekeeper. Do you? Do you have pack for me? You do! I don't have room for pack. This is problem. This is problem.
I do not know what to tell you, my beloved.
I hate to do this because I know it's wasting money. I'm just going to discard that little sling. I'm going to put that on to make room. And then I'm going to go get it. That way I've got a decent friggin' pack. Okay. I hate wasting money. Like, fuck.
How are you going to get it on?
I didn't think about that!
Can you just
Ah!
switch?
Wait. I can put stuff in that and make room. Ah, I'm an idiot. Okay. There we go. There we go. Okay, cool. So...
Do you need help? Do you need help, my love? Because you have room. You do. Do you need help? Love, do you...
Yeah.
Put the gun back in. Okay. Hand it over. How do you turn things?
Yeah, just tell me. I gotta hit R.
Wait, hang on. No, that goes over here for now. Turn. Turn. No. Turn. There you go. That's probably... Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So...
And now you can put that gun there.
I don't want to, though. I have an arrangement that I like.
Okay.
Alright, well...
I just made room. You didn't tell me I needed to keep the arrangement, okay?
I'd have thought that was implied. Actually, hang on. I think I know how to... Game. Don't screw with me. There we go.
She
cool.
says Ken is playing Tetris for inventory. Mm-hmm.
We good.
Let's go. It's time to watch the master at work.
And it ain't me.
This is why I was in charge of our inventory in RE4.
There. Okay, cool.
There you go.
Good. Good.
You good?
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. You're welcome.
I need to inspect you. Do you have any parts I've never seen? Nope. Okay. Do any of these other things? No. Okay. Alright. Like, I want to use that MPX. I want to so much because I love the MPX. It's one of my favorite platforms in existence.
You're just too scared to.
I am terrified to lose it. So,
It's just
I am
not gonna
probably
happen.
never going to use it unless I roll out with a squad of, like, highly strapped friends like
Also-
Bob and Michi.
Also, I have a question for you.
Hmm.
All that stuff that you, when you died, that you insured,
Yeah, I'm going to have to make room for it if I actually get it. So, like, that's the thing. I haven't talked about this yet. I can't tell why. Maybe it's just because now I know the game and I've improved at it, and that's just it. I feel as though something shifted, though, with that last large update that they did, because I'm doing exceedingly well now. And
suddenly you have all these things
Yeah,
and
like-
nothing to...
I feel like I'm performing way more reliably now than I did in the old version of the game. And that's rewarding. It's fun because the game still feels challenging. I don't feel like anything's getting handed to me. I just feel as though like I'm for some reason I'm doing like more. And I can't tell why.
And you just need to get rid of all your stuff.
I do. Like
You need
that's
a wallet
why at this
is what
point
you need. You
yeah,
need
I
a
need a
wallet.
wallet for one. I need some gun cases. And at this point, aside from my really good stuff like my MPX and that's like super AK over there, I don't really have the gear fear that cripples so many people and they just like, oh, I'll go into the Makarov because I'm scared to lose anything. Like, I'll roll in with my SKS, the 7.4U, the Saiga, like, I'll take Saigas in all day long, especially in Factory, because, God, it's a freaking sweeper in Factory.
Lady Nocturne says bullets do more damage and cripple more easily. That's why.
I have noticed the crippling thing, because my legs keep getting shattered. I have the curse of customs. I swear. All
Just not good for you.
of my runs on customs except for one, I've wound up getting shot in the leg
And giving
having
to
to
the-
hobble all the way across the damn map to extract. And I usually do. It just takes me like an hour to get there.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Shield says when we go to Sam's, we do the trunk and backseat Tetris to get everything in the car. We understand that one.
Oh yeah. I'm actually gonna sell. my
Lady
other hard
Nocturne
drive.
says they nerfed Fort armors too, so no more super tanks.
Oh, that's good actually, because Fort was OP, so it needed a nerf. That is a good thing. So, all right. Man, my scav has seen minimal use this stream. All right. So, last run of the evening. Where should I
Good,
go?
because my tailbone does not like this chair anymore.
And I can feel the tension, so I need to get up within the next half hour-ish, which means I got one more run. So, do I put the curse of customs to the test?
No.
Because if
I'm
it goes,
not sitting here
yeah,
for an
I know.
hour,
If it
so
goes
no.
poorly, that's not good for either of us.
I am
so.
hungry.
All right, I want to do like a good run. So I'm gonna do a woods run. I'll close out with a hike in the woods. 7 in the morning. Nice, and
Hopefully.
crisp early morning air. It's good for you. Something like that. I don't know.
We hope. We hope it is. We'll see.
Anyway, pardon me. I've gotten to where I can reliably put shots on people with the 7.4U. Like, I've seen several channels that do a lot of coverage for this game. Again, check out Samosh, anyone that may have missed my episode where I plugged him. The dude makes incredibly well done Escape from Tarkov videos, and I highly recommend him. I learned a lot from him. He's not one of the ones that has said this, although I've seen several others say that the 7.4U is not that great. And I'm like, I don't know, man. I do real well with it. Maybe it's just because I've spent the most time with it, and I'm therefore the most practiced with it. There are probably, statistically and handling-wise, superior guns to it in the game. I don't have the ability to spend enough time with them yet to get good with them enough to produce more results than I can reliably with the 7.4U. So, I mean, as far as an early game gun, because I think I'm still in the relatively early game stage, like early to mid, I mean, the 7.4U is a friggin' workhorse, so that's my take on it anyway. Okay, so auto, UN roadblock. Alright, I know where that is. And I started right next to the cabin in the woods. Okay, cool. I am not going to go to Grandma's house because it's right over there, and that's usually a shit show. So, we're just going to hit this place. This is where I got lit up a few minutes ago. Hopefully I'm early enough in the match that won't happen again. So,
we'll have to see how that's plays out.
Smash and grab real quick like. And PBM rounds. Alright, tell me this is... Ooh, okay, alright. That's piercing rounds. Ooh, 7.62 rounds. PPO rounds, I don't know what those are. Or 7.62 rounds. Okay, someone just dropped a crate of ammo over here. Is that more ammo? That is more ammo. Oh, no, it's milk. Never mind. Milk. That's ammo for my... For some reason I was going to say stomach with an F at the front. Why was I going to... Okay. Anyway, yeah, oat flakes. There we go. Okay, there was something under the oat flakes. Cool. Let's have a nice, delicious breakfast of oat flakes and milk. There we go. And those look nice. I'm putting those in the alpha. What are you? Are you a... Yeah, you're a hexagon suppressor. That's a shotgun suppressor. Which means I can roll hard in factory with a suppressed Saiga and wreck face. I'm gonna make an episode about that. Yeah, because I've never done that.
Well, I gotta hit the bed. Can't keep eyes open.
All right,
y'all. Good night.
Have a good one, man. Thanks for joining.
Well, we're not gonna be streaming all that much longer anyway.
Like, this is my last run, so you ain't missing much. I'm looking forward to doing that Saiga sweep.
I'm not surprised.
Hopefully I don't get popped in the first 30 seconds, because that's how it goes for me on factory now. I usually do pretty well as long as I can make it out of the spawn, because a lot of people camp the spawns on factory, and if I can make it out of that safely,
then you're okay.
Then I'm usually pretty good. Like, once upon a time, I was terrified of factory, because it's really intimidating.
I heard gunshots, but I don't know where.
Me too. It was over there, which means...
Do you know where your extracts are?
Yeah, it's other side of the lumberyard, so I gotta cut through here anyway.
Okay.
And some of the nicest gear spawns are here, so I might as well... Ooh, that's close.
That's a little bit too close.
That is just across the hill.
That's concerningly close.
Yeah, okay. Ammo. Cool. Alright, not going to worry about examining that because I don't have time. I'm going to go check these crates, and then GTFO.
Leon Doctor says camp spawns on factory? Guilty.
Oh, same.
I think everyone does, honestly.
I am shit. Where is that coming from?
I don't know, but your legs
Oh, God. Oh, no. Not good time for lag spike. Not good time for lag spike. Okay. Corner. Ooh. Who there? Who there? I am guilty of doing all the douchey things on factory. I have Hatchie Run. I have spawn camps. I've done all the things I hate people for doing. And you know why I do them? Because they friggin' work. Ow! The fuck? Whoa! Whoa! Not cool!
That's how we're getting shot.
Not cool, bruh! Alright, I'm leaving. Screw this place. I'm glitching out like crazy here, and it's dangerous, and I don't like it, and I'm scared! Ow! Oh shit, I see him. Ow. Ah! I couldn't get to the cover to prone. I made it out with the hexagon, because I put it in my alpha. I still have the hexagon. That's fine. That was a scav. Probably a player scav, because that was really accurate fire. We were glitching out, too. I know, that was weird. I've never done that, actually, like, teleporting a long distance out of an area like that. That was weird.
Yeah, that's very strange.
Right.
Callahan says, I need to hit Far Harbor in Nuka World DLCs to add to the power armor. Or to add the power armor to my Stark collection.
I still need to play, though.
We still need to beat the game.
I know! We've taken so long at that.
Not that we meant for you to get hurt.
No. Damn it. It does make it larger. Because I could put the hexagon on right now. Well, I mean, it would take up the same amount of space.
Would it?
Yeah. Because it would make it 1 square longer, which means it would take these up anyway. So...
But are you sure it's longer? Like, are you sure it's not going to be 2 squares longer?
No, it just, I mean, it says size change left +1. So...
Well...
I'll hang on to it for now.
Yeah. Lady Nocturne says, do you see yourself upgrading to the highest edition?
At some point, I would like to, yeah. In the near future, no, because I just can't afford to. Although, yeah, at some point, just for the larger frickin' stash size, yeah, it's definitely on my list.
Your want list?
Oh, yeah.
What?
I'm just trying to figure out what I want to do with my inventory from here, because I have...
No space.
3 squares. I think I'll just prep for an AK run.
And you should check and see if any of the stuff that you had insured. If you can get any of it back.
That takes a full day, so I'm not going to see any of that stuff until tomorrow.
Okay. Lady Nocturne says, actually, fun fact, them hideouts, when they release, can only reach the size of the maximum edition stash. So the max edition just skips the grind for it.
Oh, okay, I see. Dang it, I sold my other hard drive. Okay. Right, give me you. And give me you. I'm really looking forward to when they do the hideout thing, because I've also heard that around that same time they're gonna release a shooting range thing that I am so looking forward to, because that means I can actually take the time to get good with something like my MPX that I'm so scared to take into a raid because I don't want to lose it. I can take the time and get a feel for it at the range, and then take it in confidently after that, instead of figuring it out in the field and probably losing it that way. And I think I may have mentioned this in a past stream. It's cool, though, so I'll mention it again here. They're also planning on adding a competitive mode to Escape from Tarkov that is not a... let me start that sentence over. That doesn't carry the risk of losing one's gear if you die. And it means that you can actually then roll out...
So you can roll out with all your best stuff and...
completely kitted and strapped, and just go full power head-to-head against squads of other players. And I think that will appeal to more of the fast-paced run-and-gun FPS crowd, and I think it'll then allow this game to cater to a wider range of audiences. Because those people will probably main that mode, and they'll play enough of the scavenging mode to get gear.
Yeah, they'll grind for the gear, probably with scabs.
Yeah.
And then they'll use their fully kitted out mode.
Exactly. And then those of us that prefer the slower pace of the scavenging mode can just main that and continue on as normal for how the game is now. So I think that'll really give it a much wider appeal, and as much as I really want to see this game succeed, I think that'll do some serious favors for it. So anyway, let's see. Pardon me. Okay, so unfolding that. I'm just getting prepped for next time because I like to do that. I guess I'll take a morphine with me. Why not? Oh, I need friggin' wraps because I'm out.
Okay.
Where they at?
I think we need to eat soon.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Dizzy or something?
Yeah.
Okay.
Really dizzy. Just all of a sudden.
Okay. Well, we'll get food momentarily.
Yeah. It was just, it surprised me that it just sort of hit me.
Okie dokie.
So you all kitted up?
Yeah, I think I'm... Oh, wait, no, I need a magazine. Sorry. Where's my...
You need...
Those are my 60s. I'm not taking those in. Oh, there it is. There's my spare. Cool. Because I usually... This is another advice thing for you guys. When I roll an AK, I generally take 2 mags in, because I usually don't need more than that. And if I feel like I'm going to, I'll take some ammo with me to refill mags. One of them composite, one of them bakelite. That way, if I remember that orange for emergency means I'm on my last mag,
You don't
then
think that you have.
exactly, I can visually tell just looking at the rifle in my hands that I'm low on ammo, so I need to either evac or go find some or just stay careful, that sort of
Yeah.
thing. So that little visual reminder has actually saved my ass a couple of times.
That makes sense.
So maybe it's a policy for you guys to consider, because it's helped me. So anyway, on that note, I shall cut it here, because even though that last one went fairly short, again, I can feel the tension setting in on the muscles, and I don't want to overstrain, so I shall conclude for the evening. Thank you guys very much for joining. I have really enjoyed just doing this,
Yeah, getting to...
because I haven't had the ability to stream from the computer at length for weeks now. And good God did I miss it, because I just...
It's driving him insane. I can tell you...
I am an admitted workaholic, and...
It's driving him crazy, and therefore driving me crazy. I love you, but it's true.
Oh, I know.
You're...
I appreciate your patience.
It's okay. I do love you. That's why I put up with it. Noah says, take care, folks. Catch y'all later. Sheila says, night all.
Thank you all for joining. So, I'm Kids Mark here at Let's Press.
I'm Violeta.
And as always, we wish you all good gaming
and Godspeed. Bye! Oh my gosh, there was actually a camera to wave at.
There was!
That feels weird.
Cheers, you guys.